a week, probably about 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like shots of rye or?
Drinks. So I don't know
Okay.
on the shot.
Okay.
If you're gonna go by shots, and also do a drink, so like 3 times 9, 27.
So like you'd be drinking triples?
Yeah.
How would that make you feel with, in combination with the hydromorphs and?
I never did it with the hydromorphs.
No? It was either one or the other?
Either one or the other.
Okay.
The booze is more just for when I didn't have the hydromorphs. And if I was going out, but I didn't go out with people. I always went out mostly by myself and just, I took scratch and win tickets and took booze and
Yeah.
I would drink and do my scratch wins.
Yeah. As significant and disturbing as this may be to the people that are going to hear this and learn about this, obviously there's a lot of families that we're going to contact
Yes.
and speak to. Although this wasn't, and I hate to classify it into different areas, but these weren't necessarily violent deaths. Like, do you think these people died peacefully? Did they struggle at all?
All the people you've talked about so far died peacefully, in my opinion. And I am sorry. I'm sorry for what the families went through at the time, and I'm extremely sorry for what they're going to go through. It's awful.
If you could say something to them, what would you say?
What can you say to them that would matter? I'm sorry isn't enough. I should have gotten help sooner. I took something from you that was precious and it was taken too soon. I honestly believed at the time that God wanted me to do it, but I know now that's not true. And if I could take it back, if I could get help sooner, I would have. And I'm sorry.
Like I said, I admire you for it. Whether it took 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, whatever it took for you to finally get help, that's a big step.
Oh, thank you.
Right? I mean, you could have been in this situation and taken this to your grave.
Yeah.
And who would have known? Right?
That's what I was told to do by a lawyer.
What's that?
Take it to my grave and not tell anybody.
So you've confided in a lawyer as well about this?
A long time ago, yeah.
Was it after all of these people?
It was in 2014 before I,
Before you went to Welland? Or,
yeah,
sorry, to
the Welland
rehab center?
Yeah, the rehab center.
So you spoke to a lawyer?
I spoke to a lawyer, and she was the one who told me to get out. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. Just for the record, and so it's documented, I have 6:26. Let's take a break, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Remember where you're going? All set? Do you need anything else at all?
No,
You sure?
no, I had a caramel.
Oh, did you? Perfect. Just for the record here, I have 6:30, and I'll just resume things, okay? Okay. Okay?
Yep,
Okay. We're gonna carry on?
yep, that's cool.
So Gladys, so this takes us to November of 2011 at Crescent Care. It says here Gladys was a type 2 diabetic and had dementia.
Severe dementia.
Did she? Yeah. How old do you think Gladys was?
92.
92. Okay. And where was Gladys within Crescent Care?
East wing, 3 doors down from the main desk, in a double room.
Okay. Do you remember her roommates at all?
No.
No. Okay. And obviously these are repetitive questions, and you might remember some of the roommates throughout as we go along here, so that's why I just keep asking the same questions. Tell me a little bit about Gladys. What was she like when you cared for her?
Well, when I first started caring for her, she was walking and talking, and she had quite the spirit. She once punched a man.
Oh.
Because she overheard the nurses telling one of the gentlemen, no, you can't push your wife around, you have to come with us. And she turned around and she said, you can't treat a woman like that. Boom!
And hit the man.
And hit the man. So then we're all in a state of trying to keep them from fighting with each other and trying to keep them from hurting us.
Right.
Yeah, she was very spunky. But she went downhill fast.
Did she?
Eventually, she had, dementia, didn't take her pills well, didn't eat well, very stubborn woman. And, as always, one evening I just got that red surging feeling that she was gonna be the one. And, gave her insulin overdose.
Did you ever get that feeling outside of work?
No, never.
No? Did you ever get that feeling going to work, knowing that something was gonna happen that shift?
No, it always happened at work.
So, if I were to use the phrase spur of the moment, would it be something that you would just have that feeling come on, or?
Yeah, I guess you
would
could
it
say
build
it
up?
was for the moment, but it usually start happening, you know, focus on one patient, and then I would feel that red surging, which is what made me think it was God. Which I'm so embarrassed.
Like I said, I'm not here to judge you, right?
I know,
Right?
I know.
You said, you explained that it was difficult towards the end, giving her pills. Do you remember where you were working with the shift when you injected glass?
I believe I was either working nights or days,
Okay.
because I know it was close to the end of my shift.
Okay.
And I did it, and the person who came on next shift, I think it was nights, so the person who came on next shift checked her all over and called the doctor and had her make palliatives and started her on a pain regimen. And
do you remember how much insulin you gave her?
no, I don't.
Do you remember if it was long or short or a mix?
I probably, at that point, I think I was giving everybody a mix.
Okay, so once Mary was the first person, you said
Yeah.
that you gave the long and the short acting.
Yeah.
And then following that, it was
Everybody.
everyone from there
Yeah.
forward. Okay. And that was, again, at Crescent Care.
Yeah.
Was that insulin taken from the same location as
Yes.
you always would?
Yes.
Okay. Was there cameras in
In the bedrooms? No.
No?
No.
Nothing at all?
No.
Okay, so you could access whatever you like and...
Well, not whatever you like, but yeah.
But the
within
insulin,
reason.
because
The
you said they
insulin.
didn't even keep track of it.
The insulin, yeah, the insulin, you could get Valium, you could get, like, injectable Valium. Yeah, it was fairly easy to take meds from there.
We'll get into, I'm sorry, I was going to ask you a question about waiting that bit down the road. You know how long it took for Gladys to die?
I believe she died the next afternoon, or that afternoon.
And do you know if you were present for that?
No, I was not.
So therefore wouldn't have been a part of the process of the pronouncing and checking the boxes?
No, no.
Um,
When someone's dying, it seems like it takes longer than it does,
mhm.
if you're around, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Yeah, so, I'm sorry that you don't know.
Thank you. As far as Gladys goes, do you remember if you worked the next day to learn about Gladys' death, or?
I think I worked 2 days later.
Okay.
I think I worked the day after her death, whenever that was.
Okay. What would play through your mind on your days where you inject, so Gladys, for instance, you inject her, you work nights, it says here, so
Yeah.
11 till 7, you did this at 5 o'clock, you go home and carry it on about, if you have 1, 2, 3 days off, whatever
Yeah.
the case was, what was going through your mind on those days off? Were you thinking, when's Gladys going to die?
I would wonder if she had died. I would wonder, you know, if this would be the time I would get caught.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what was I going, every time I walked in after somebody passed away, I always wondered, is this the day I'm going to get caught?
Mm-hmm. What kind of consequences play through your head? Like if damn, I'm caught, the gig's up. What kind of consequences do you think you're going to face if that were to happen back in 2011?
Fired, jail, no more nursing license. That's exactly what I'm looking at now. Although I took myself out instead of being fired, but
Right.
jail and no more nursing license.
As far as in 2011, though, and having that feeling, like when did those feelings start to say in your mind, like, I wonder if this is the time I'm going to get caught? Did it happen right at Mr.
Probably
Silcox,
every
or
time.
did it?
Yeah, probably every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Gladys, do you think, did she have a reaction when you injected her?
She fought a little bit.
Did she?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Like she struggled around, so I kind of fought on her leg that I could do where she couldn't reach me and pinch me.
Okay. Would that be something typical if you were giving her medication, she'd like
Yeah.
to pinch?
Pinch, scratch, feel uppermost.
Is that common in patients?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like even the PSWs who had to change her product,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes she'd fight them and scratch them and pinch them and twist their hair and, yeah.
And do you think that played into any part of your actions with Gladys, particularly with Gladys?
I don't know, I think some of I think some of it did, you know, the stubbornness and stuff, and, yeah, just kind of, okay, you're the next one to go. But again, there was always that red surging that I identified as God telling me, this is one, you know, this is how you work for me.
Did you ever try and fight that feeling?
Later on, as you'll see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But when you got that feeling in your chest and stomach, would you directly go to get the insulin?
Pretty much, as soon as I had time with the rest of my job.
How many patients would you be caring for
32.
On one shift?
32.
You'd be responsible for all 32?
Yeah, 32.
So each nurse would have 32?
Yeah, nurse, our registered practical nurse.
Okay. So that's a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we talked about it earlier, but again, just to revisit that, do you think that's something that played into this?
I think
The
so.
stresses of the job?
Oh yeah, I definitely think so.
You have a lot going on in your life.
Yeah, I definitely think the stress played into it. Maybe made my mind more susceptible to stuff.
Did you ever go to work intoxicated by alcohol or drugs at all?
No.
Did you ever use at work?
Yeah.
At Hydromorse?
Yes.
Often?
Probably once or twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you were at Crescent Care, where would you get the Hydromorse from?
Oh, there's a number of ways you can get them.
Right.
You can sign off that somebody owned the PRN and take it instead.
Okay.
You can take them their regular medication, and if they're not able to identify it, take it instead.
Okay.
You can take the regular medication that's in capsules, and if they are able to identify it, open the capsule, take the stuff out, put the capsule back together again, give them the empty capsule, take it yourself.
And how would you typically ingest the Hydromorse?
I just swallowed it. I never shot it. I never snorted it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And do you remember how much you gave Gladys?
Of the insulin?
Mm-hmm.
I think I gave her 80/60. I think.
And her reaction after she kind of pinched and struggled a little bit with you?
She relaxed, and then by the time the next nurse came on, she was red, she was sweating, she was incoherent. Her vital signs were all down.
And how do you know that?
Because I was just leaving when the next nurse came on, and CSWs came to her and said something's going on with Gladys, and she said, "Come with me, we have to go check on Gladys." So, yes, I actually helped her move Gladys to the palliative care room.
Okay.
Scared out of my gourd the whole time that she was going to say it was something I did.
Okay. Was she still able to communicate at that point?
No.
Okay. Do you remember what nurse that was that you moved?
Karen? I don't remember her last name. If I sat for a minute, I could probably remember.
Well, if it comes to you. Might just be one of those things that pops in your head in a few moments, right?
Yeah. Rutledge.
Karen Rutledge?
Yeah.
She's still there?
Yep, as far as I know.
Okay. Mrs. Helen Young. So this is where you have a bit of a gap again, from
Yeah.
2011 to 2013 with your successful injections, but there wasn't even any attempt.
No. In November 2011, I came home from a cruise of the Caribbean, and I was feeling guilty. I was feeling damned. I was feeling confused. I was feeling like I just didn't want to do it anymore. I was feeling like if I could somehow connect with God strongly enough that I wouldn't do it anymore. And so I spent a lot of time reading my Bible and praying and deciding I just wasn't going to do it anymore. So I had the odd urge to do it, but I resisted by going to church, reading my Bible, praying, and telling God I didn't believe Him that He wanted me to do it anymore.
What's your treatment to that one? Where's that? Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So as far as fighting off that, would you still have that feeling, like that burning feeling?
Sometimes, but I did a lot of praying about it, and I just did a lot of praying, reading my Bible, getting very involved in my faith, getting very involved in my church.
Right. Okay. And obviously, with what you've told us so far, that it helped.
Yeah.
What you've documented.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that we need to be aware of that happened in between those times?
No.
Okay.
No. I didn't tell anybody.